Nicole, and today I'm going to be talking about raw veganism and if I recommend it or not. So just to give you a bit of a background, this is my 4th week on this lifestyle, and so I am quite a newbie to it, but I wanted to give my 2 cents, especially because of my kind of history with eating. So I'm going to be a 3rd year in college, but during my junior and senior year in high school, I was really restrictive with my eating. I was not eating any processed foods, which included bread and anything that was not grown from the ground. I was eating basically just vegetables and a lot of chicken and fish. So I wouldn't even eat rice. I would limit my fruit intake to 1 piece of fruit a day. And I was exercising for like 1.5 to 2 hours a day, which included running 5 kilometers and lifting weights. And so at this time of my life, I was very fit, but I had a really unhealthy mindset, and I did not think that I was good enough in all aspects of my life. I didn't think I looked good enough. I didn't think I was a good enough friend, a good enough daughter. It was just really unhealthy. And so when I went to college, it was such a huge transition for me, just because I was living in Singapore, and then I moved to the States, and I'm going to a very rural situated college and a really small college, so I was not used to the environment. I was very lonely, and I think because of how restrictive I was with my eating in the past, I developed binge eating disorder. So I was binge eating a lot, and because of this I was gaining a lot of weight, and this continued throughout my first 2 years in college until now, I guess. And I gained around 20 to 25 pounds my first 2 years in college, and that was very devastating to me, just because I came from a place where I was really restrictive and my body was like toned and I had muscle and I could, I don't know, run so much. It was just really, it screwed my mind. And I was very depressed, and I had very suicidal thoughts, and I was in a very unhealthy place mentally and physically because of all this weight I gained. And so I did kind of experiment with veganism when I was a freshman in college, but that did not turn out so successfully because I was eating too little calories, and the options for vegan food in the dining hall were not great. And so I kind of stopped that. And just to give a little bit more background, in Singapore I did not eat animal products. I only ate fish really, but when I moved to the States for college, I adopted the standard American diet, and that included meat, animal products, all that glorious stuff. But now I am on the raw vegan lifestyle, actually raw till 4, and it has been wonderful. I made a list of the benefits and some cons of raw veganism for someone who has a background of restricting calories and binge eating. So basically, on the binge eating end of things, I am always satisfied. I eat so much fruit that it is so nutritious and wholesome that it fills me up. I do not have any cravings. I do calorie count very loosely, but it is not an obsessive behavior I have anymore. I trust myself, I trust my body, and so my body is seeing that I trust it, so it's giving me the results that I want. And the results I want is to stop gaining weight, and this is more of a health thing than a superficial thing, just because I was in the range of overweight, and that did have an impact on my blood pressure. But ever since I started this lifestyle and I started incorporating exercise back into my lifestyle again, I see the results. I see that my body is functioning like it once was when I was really fit. And it's making me so happy. So yeah, no cravings, I'm always satisfied. Other kind of superficial benefits is that my skin is so much clearer. As a matter of fact, today I'm just wearing blush on my face. I have my eyebrows done, I have mascara on, but other than that, I do not have foundation or concealer. So my skin is cleared up so much, even my mother has noticed. I also have regular bowel movements, and this may be embarrassing to talk about for some people, but when I was on the standard American diet, I honestly thought I had chronic constipation, and I was really embarrassed. But with all this fruit that I eat, and vegetables too, I have regular bowel movements, and it's just such a relief that to see that my body is working in the way that I want it to work. I also feel super energized because I am not eating foods that require a lot of energy to digest it. All this energy is just building up inside of me, and so I always feel so energized, and that hasn't changed my mood. I feel myself being more happy, more optimistic, more positive, rather than really lethargic, tired, and depressed feeling. Another thing is I am slowly shedding the weight I gained because of my binge eating, and of course that's a relief because I do not need this weight. I am satisfied with how I look, but this is too much weight for my body to be carrying. It has impacted my fitness, and I don't want it to impact my life any more than it already has. A couple cons for this lifestyle is that initially it does require a lot of planning ahead, as in planning ahead when you're going to eat and what you're going to eat and if you have enough food to eat, because I can tell you that for the first couple of weeks on this lifestyle, I was not eating enough, and so that led me to eat so much before I went to bed, and that kind of didn't make me feel that great when I was going to bed really stuffed. So that does require planning ahead. And also, it may be expensive. It might be. It depends on where you're living. Right now, I'm in Vancouver for the summer, and I can see how it could be expensive depending on where you live. But for me, it's a reasonable lifestyle in terms of price. But yeah, I totally recommend it. As someone who has a history of restricting and binge eating, it has helped my eating disorder and my mindset towards food tremendously. Yeah, so maybe I'll make another video talking more about my diet specifically. Maybe I'll do vlogs, but as for now, that's all I have to say.